everybody, welcome to another episode of Themes and Motives TV. For today's episode, we are going to talk to a young and upcoming bridal gown designer. And barely 5 years in the wedding industry, she has already been invited to be part of a top bridal fashion show. So please join me as we sit down and talk to Jezelle Hautea Amorado. And let's sit down and find out paano ang naging journey niya dito sa wedding gown industry. Before we proceed, I'd like to invite you to please subscribe to our channel and please hit the notification bell so that you'll be aware of our new updates. So samahan niyo na po ako and let's have a chat with Jezelle. Hello, Jezelle. Thank you for having Themes and Motives to your in your workplace. Ayan.
Thank you for coming as well, and welcome. Everyone's welcome in the studio. So I'm glad to have you here.
Ayan. So we'd like to. We're very excited because you are joining Wedding Expo Philippines for the very first time, and you know we've been in the industry for almost 2 decades, and we're proud to have been part of the journey of hundreds of wedding vendors, no? And we're so excited when we finally met you kasi, you know, you're young, up and coming, and you have, you're really talented. So we're honored that you have chosen to join Wedding Expo Philippines.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to be part of this new community. You know, honestly, growing up, you would come to Metro Manila and you would see Themes and Motives or bridal fairs, and you would think, I wonder what's that all about. And you know, I really couldn't grasp that I'm actually going to be part of this event, and I'm really grateful to be part of it.
Ay, nakakatawa. Pero daw, sinabi niya growing up. Oo, di ba? Growing up talaga. Oo, di ba? But yeah, we've been around for almost 2 decades now. And I'm glad because, you know, we were once upon a time something abstract for you, but now you're part of the Wedding Expo Philippines family, Themes and Motives family. Ayan. So, bago tayo kwentuhan ng mas mahaba, can you tell us more about Jezelle Hautea Amorado Couture?
Yes.
Tama, di ba? Kasi mali dati yung pronunciation ko. How did that come about and how you started your journey in the fashion world?
Honestly, being in the fashion world was more of a surprise for a lot of people than expected. I actually have a background in foreign service. I have a degree in foreign service. So before I became a fashion designer, I was already working in the Department of Foreign Affairs. But the brand was born out of my desire and passion to really be a fashion designer. So I told my parents, you know what, I'm resigning. And I'm going back to fashion school. So it all started with that. Just a small town girl wanting to pursue her dreams, and this is what I have now. It's been 5 years of an amazing journey, and that's like a short snippet of how it goes. Pero ang haba talaga ng story if we're going to break it down. But that's the shortest version I can give na.
So, thriving tong career mo in foreign service. And just like that, you went home and said, I really want to be a fashion designer. Okay, so tell me about your brand name. Kasi maraming nagkakamali when they pronounce it. So, how did you come up with that? That's actually your full name.
Yes,
right?
That's actually my full name. So my full name is Jezelle Maxine Hautea Amorado. I have a very close relationship with my mom's side of the family kasi I grew up with my grandparents here in Metro Manila. So there's only 5 of us grandkids. So no one else is really going to take on the Hautea name. So I told my
So
dad,
all girls?
No, all boys.
All boys.
So they'll take the names of the dads.
Oh yeah.
So Amorado and then the rest of my cousins. I have one cousin who is carrying the Hautea name. However, you know, if she gets married, hindi na, wala na. So even if I was carrying the Hautea name, mawawala na rin in the event that I get married. So for the love of my grandfather, who passed away already, I told myself, why don't I call the brand Hautea? Para kako may magdadala nung family name namin. But then my dad was like naglalambing, paano naman yung last name ko? Paano yung Amorado? So sabi ko, okay, let me try and figure it out. So I was trying to think, okay, let's just call the brand Jezelle Maxine. Para wala na magtatampo. But then I have a wonderful aunt who messaged me randomly one night on Facebook. She said, darling, why don't you do this? Call your brand Jezelle Hautea Amorado. Hautea ends with an A. Amorado starts with an A. So combine it. So it was, sabi ko, okay, yeah, it's bringing honor to both families that I love, and that's something that I centered my brand in talaga. The value of family, the value of loyalty, and the value of, community in a sense na you bring people together. The clothes, the designs, hopefully will bring people together kasi you wear it during special occasions and it's a symbol of that love, that relationship talaga. So I said, okay, let's do it. Jezelle Hautea Amorado. Yeah, but it's funny lang kasi talaga a lot of people are like, Amorado?
Oh,
that's different. So,
that was my first.
Yeah, so a lot of people were saying, oh, so it's couture love. Kasi amor, amorado. So no, it's really just me trying to meld together the love that I have for both my families. So it's in honor of the people that really, helped me get to where I am.
Oh. Alam mo, if you notice, I was, trying to close my mouth kasi parang pa. Because this is the first time I've heard of someone explain the history of their brand.
Yeah.
And it's malalim, and it's something born out of love and loyalty. So beautiful. Congratulations for using that name. Ayan. And speaking of the names that bring people together, trivia, we found out that we're both from the Hautea family. Hindi lang namin alam paano kami related, but it's a small it's a small
Hautea. Very small family.
So chances are
we're
related. So may pagka-creative rin pala ako.
Yes.
Meron yan.
Kaya sabi ko, when I met you, sabi ko, oh my God, it's meant to be. It's meant to be that I'm here right now because I get to meet Tita and, I get to be part of this family through a family member. So I said it's really a serendipitous moment and I said, okay, thank you God for giving me this opportunity.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Kaya mapapatawad kita yung growing up and now Tita talaga na. Diba? Pero let's embrace getting old because not everybody gets the privilege to do that. Ayan. So, okay, with the brand name, tatanungin ko naman, of course, you said you wanted to be a fashion designer, but how did you get into the custom bridal market? Is that something that you really wanted?
Yes, I think from the very, very start, bridal wear was something that I aspired for. Next to being, a designer. I just saw myself as a person na very, very sentimental po kasi ako. So I love hearing love stories. I love hearing the backgrounds or the history of couples, how they met and how they ended up together. So I said I want to be part of that. I want to be part of someone's love story. And sabihin na natin kasi that time I was still single. I didn't have a relationship yet. So my mindset was like, okay, kung wala naman akong boyfriend or wala pa akong asawa, by then at least I get to be part of someone else's story. So I saw that in the bridal industry. Because every wedding gown, every occasion, every bead that goes into it, every detail is part of someone's love story. Every design that I make is all about representing their love. So I said, okay, I want to be in the bridal industry. But, it was something born out of hard work na rin. In the past 5 years, I started with an RTW line. And then I started slowly doing custom works. And then, last year, that was probably the catalyst that triggered me getting into the bridal industry. My mentor, my beloved mentor, who I'm so thankful for, Albert Andrada, he called me one night and he said, "Are you ready?" I was like, "Sir, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm ready? Are you ready? Marry me at Marriott." in my head, I was thinking, you need someone to assist you backstage. Kasi that's what I used to do for him when I was working for him as his assistant designer. I would assist in his shows, you know, and even when I left his company, I would offer my services then, sir, baka you need help, I'm ready. So I thought he was saying that time, are you ready to help me out again in Marry Me at Marriott? Or watch the show? Next thing I know, he's saying, no. You're gonna show in Marry Me at Marriott. Are you ready? I was like, you're kidding me. Kako, this is like a joke. So, no, I'm serious. There's this theme for Marry Me at Marriott last year, and the theme is mentor protege. So who else would I want to show with me than my beloved protege? So ako, iyak na ako like, Dad. Kasi I transition what I call him. So sometimes it's sir, sometimes it's dad. Because he's really been...
he's like a father to you in the industry now.
Not just in the industry, but he was the very first person who believed in me that I'm meant to be in this industry. Because, yun nga, I have a background in foreign service. It's born out of the whole, you know, traditional Filipino family, not seeing the arts as a feasible form of income. But now my family is totally supportive. But I still remember the day that Sir Albert told me na the first time I saw you, I knew amongst your classmates, you were the one who's going to make it in the industry.
Grabe, nag-goosebumps ako.
Kahit po ako, to this day, I still get choked up about it. I still wonder what he saw in me that day. But yeah, he's not just a mentor to me. He was the person who really paved the way for me to be in this industry, and I'm so grateful. And yun na, that's what really triggered me wanting to be in the bridal industry. That one show, that one moment of trust from him to believe in me that I was only 4 years in the industry po. It was very, very, you know, very, very unheard of that a novice like me would be part of Marry Me at Marriott. Ang mga kasabayan ko are Ezra Santos, Val Taguba, Albert Andrada, the likes of Ret Ayala that year, Jackie Clarino, and here I am, some little random girl na okay, halika, lumabas ka.
And we know that when it comes to like the bridal fashion show, it's Marry Me at the Marriott, diba? Paving the way, leading the path, diba?
So it was really, sabi ko, I really cried and prayed that day. Sabi ko, I don't know what I did to deserve this. I really do not know why it was brought upon me to have this moment. And yeah, that was 2.5 months. Mag-isa ako nagtatahi ng wedding gowns because I didn't have a sewer right then and there. So I sewed all 6 wedding gowns.
So wait, you don't just design?
No.
Nagtatahi ka rin?
Yes.
Okay.
So I do everything. I have
When you
staff.
say everything,
I do pattern making, I do the designs, I do cutting, I do sewing. Now, I have to delegate kasi there's like an influx kahit pa paano of new clients, so I cannot do it all anymore. But before Marry Me at Marriott, and even after, I still sew. I still sew garments.
So for that show, the entire collection, you made that yourself?
I made all 6 gowns. I sewed all 6 gowns. I had to hire beaders to finish the beading and to do the beading for me. But all 6 gowns were finished in a span of less than 2.5 months. I slept in this actual studio. I did, dito. There was like an airbed here, and I would wake up middle of the night panicking, thinking that there are ghosts in front of me kasi 6 na wedding gown nakatayo in front of me, all white pa. Sabi ko, oh my God, white lady? Ay, hindi. Sabi ko, no. It's the wedding gowns for the show. So I would eat, sleep, breathe.
So talaga internalize mo siya.
So that's why I'm in this industry. I want to be able to interpret the dreams, the love stories of people into my garments. So that in that one moment that they say I do, I'm part of it as well.
Grabe. Grabe, diba? Yung affirmation. And yeah, I could just imagine when you said it's a long story from a thriving foreign service career, packing it up, and going to fashion school.
Facing the disappointment of my family. Kasi I even tried law school. But I failed at that. I used to be ashamed of that fact. But I said, no, I'm proud of it. Because I had enough guts, so to speak, to let go of that ideology that I should be a lawyer, I should be in the foreign service, and I decided to break the mold that my family was used to. That everybody in the family should either be a lawyer, a doctor, a businessman.
So you're the first fashion designer in the family.
Yes.
Diba? And you're carrying the family names. Oh wow. That's a wonderful story to tell your children and grandchildren
Yes,
in the
hopefully down the
future,
road,
diba? Oo, yan yung goal.
Opo.
Ayan. So congratulations,
Thank you po.
diba? Alright, so napakagandang story. Thank you for sharing that. So what do you think sets Jezelle Hautea Amorado apart from other designers, from other bridal brands? And there are a lot, diba?
Yes, there really are a lot.
Yeah, so what makes you stand out?
I guess, at least in my perspective, the one thing that really makes me stand out is how I weave people's stories into their garments. So for example, Marry Me at Marriott. I had one gown there that was an homage to Daddy Albert. It was a signature reveal dress. Kasi in his run as a designer, one of the things that he really loves to do is doing big reveals of gowns. So I made a piece for him. There was another piece that was in honor of my mom and her wedding gown. It was more of a modern interpretation. So in every piece that I make, in every look that I create, I try to weave every person's story into it. And it's not just something na, ay, wedding gown, cute yan, sige, flowers, oh, ganon. I really sit down with the client. I really try to sift through their memories and incorporate that. So, like a recent wedding gown that we had one bride that had a very, very close relationship with the grandmother. And, you know, she wanted to honor the grandmother in some way. I said, okay, let me embroider the initial of your grandmother into the wedding gown.
Talaga? Yeah, I was gonna ask you if, yun nga parang you take time to get to know your clients. And medyo lengthy yon and malalim because, you know, for you to find out that, you know, the grandmother meant so much and yung ganyan. So, is that part of your creative process? Can you take us through yung process mo when you finally design a gown?
So my creative process really starts with, you know, if we're talking about a client, then yes, sitting down with the client. I treat their first appointment with me as if it's just a chica session. I tell them like, tell me everything. What are your likes, your dislikes, but not about the gown. Talk to me about your likes and dislikes as a person. What are the things that you love to do? What are the things that you hate to do? And from there, that's where I interpret their gowns into the artwork that it is. For me po kasi, I believe that the garment should not wear the client. The client should wear the garment and represent themselves. Hindi dapat makakain siya just because she says, oh, I love diamonds, I love crystals, I love fluffy things, I love flowers. But then that's not her personality. So each piece that I make is based on their personality, and that's the main design process that I have. I want to get to know them, and I interpret their personality into the wedding gowns or the gowns itself.
Is that something similar to parang the gown should enhance the personality of the bride?
Yes.
No, hindi siya na-overpower. Parang at the end of the day, ang naalala lang is the dress and not the... So it should be complementing.
Yes, exactly.
Not just complement, but enhancing.
Yes. Kasi sometimes what I would notice is, you know, they will say, oh, I want this, 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 this. Okay, the gown is huge. The gown is big. First fitting namin, they're not happy. They're not happy because it's not beautiful. They're not happy because they don't feel like themselves anymore. So, I need to make sure to find that balance for my client. To give them that dream, to give them that idea of what they've been wanting to wear. But still, like you said, enhance who they are rather than overpower them. So that's how every piece in this atelier is made. It's based on their personality, who they are, versus what they think is trendy, versus what they think is in or out. Sa akin lagi, wag natin i-focus yung trend ngayon.
Yeah.
Focus on who you are. Because at the end of the day, I promise you, you will feel more beautiful if we do something that is based off of you rather than what other people are saying.
So you start out by getting to know the client. Are they open most of the time?
Yes.
O meron ka rin clients, they come in here and walk in and, I saw this in this and this, and
Yeah.
can you do this?
Yeah,
Ganyan.
there's times that I have clients that that really have this idea na of what they want. So I said, okay, sige, give me your idea. I love it. It's gonna work for you. But then once I see it, once I get to know their personality, ako na minsan magsasabi, okay, ito po yung idea ninyo, but can I show you something that I think you would like more? And that's when, okay, mas gusto ko yung ginawa mo. Kasi nga, it's a representation of who they really are as a person, rather than the ideology na, kasi in trend dapat daw
Or
ball
parang-
gown o dapat,
And sometimes, if it's worn by a beautiful woman,
yes.
feeling mo, gaganda rin ako pag yan ang gown ko, diba?
Parang ganun. So, again, social media, editing is there. And I get it. Even ako, I'm a plus size girl, and I still dream to wear the sexy size 0 gowns. But I can see it already na I'm not going to be happy unless I feel that it is still me who's looking at the mirror.
Magandang point yan. Oo. Kasi sometimes nga they walk in and at least you're open.
Yes,
no? You're
opo.
open to their initial idea.
Yes.
And it's good that they're also open to what you're suggesting to them. So pag ganyan, is there a signature style that when they see it, si Jezelle to? Diba?
Wow.
Or is there something na hindi mo ginagawa? You're mas prone ka to doing this type of design? May ganyan ka?
Yes po. I think one of the main signature styles that Jezelle Hautea Amorado provides is that we gear towards more abstract detailing. Just like,
Napatingin ako.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
That
for
one,
example,
that
this one po.
one.
I mean, not a lot of brides would want something that looks so heavy, that looks so bold. But that is signature Jezelle Hautea Amorado. We want to give you an art piece that would last you a lifetime. We don't want, or I personally don't want my bride to go out and look to her left, look to her right, and her wedding gown is practically similar to that person's wedding gown. So talagang what I strive for is to provide unique details that still combines with the classic silhouettes that people know and love.
So possible ba yun? But because we know that if it's bridal, it's dreamy, romantic. So alam mo na pag ganun, either floral or lacy or medyo may mga frills. So when you say it's abstract, is it still possible to come up with a dreamy
Yes, it's
wedding gown?
It's very, very possible. Just like this wedding gown that we did for Marry Me at Marriott. It seems daunting kasi parang ang bigat niya, or it's not your conventional wedding gown na where's the flowers, where's the the lace work. But this is a modern interpretation of what we are so used to. It's still soft, it gives femininity and romantic.
Okay, so this is part pala of the Marriott collection.
Marriott collection. But these two, the abstract gown and then the feathered gown, these were two of the collection pieces from Marry Me at Marriott. So for the Marry Me at Marriott collection, I focus on the idea of love letters and stories. That's why if you notice, there's a lot of paneling or like a lot of loose leaf sort of representing pages of love letters. That's why it's that interpretation of romanticism that we try to embody in the pieces. But of course, it can't be helped. Some clients would still want the classic lace work, the classic florals, and we're always ready to provide the clients with that. But in terms of a signature look, you would know that it's a Jezelle Hautea Amorado piece because we do not go for the conventional details. We really try to encapsulate, artistry into every piece. Because you get to wear a wedding gown, hopefully, just once.
Once in a lifetime.
So we want you to have really a very unique piece that you can call your own.
And would you say a work of art as well?
Yes. So it's something that I believe, with the trends now of people preserving their wedding garments, I would proudly say that when you display it either framed up or in a mannequin of your own, if you're that extra that you want a mannequin, I would honestly say, and I would be proud to claim, that it would remain an art piece that would stand the test of time for you and really uniquely yours.
So you've talked briefly about the creative process, no, and how you come up with your work. Do you follow yung trends? Like, and this is the last quarter of 2024. Are there any trends that we are following now, and what do you see in 2025?
Honestly, I don't follow trends.
Dead maka.
Dead ma ako sa trends. Siguro the only time po that I follow trends is based on the colors.
Okay.
Kasi, the brides will bring in the color palette and they'll say na, oh, Jess, ito yung sa mommy namin because we want to do sage green. Like this year, left and right, sage green, sage green. During the pandemic, right before it closed, the businesses closed, it was all purple. So I was like, okay, sige, we followed that trend. But personally po, for my brides, I don't follow trends. I respect the trends. I accept them. But in every piece that I make, may it be a bride, may it be a normal client who needs an evening gown, ninangs, moms, Filipinianas, I really don't adhere to trends. The reason for that is because what I strive for my clients is to really provide them with a timeless piece.
Again, the work of art.
The work of art. So if I box you in to the trend of 2024, 10, 15 years from now, you will know, kinasal ka 2024.
Ouch, parang ako.
Hindi naman po. But
1990,
for me, it's really just that, na parang, I don't really like adhering to trends because it limits the creativity. It limits the options that we have for our clients. So I'd rather throw away the trends and focus on you. Again, going back to that, the piece
on the
has
bride,
to be you.
on the client.
On the client.
And where do you get your inspiration? Kasi minsan, what's going for somebody who follows the trend, ang bilis. Okay, so ito ang trend ngayon, tweak ko lang konti.
Yeah.
So voila, ito na, di ba? But since ikaw, you just follow probably the color trend, but not the design trend, where do you get the inspiration? Dapat malalim yun.
Honestly, I really don't know. But once I talk to the client, so they tell me, oh, like, for example, client A would like a serpentina gown. But then I'm looking at her, observing her simple as her hand gestures, flutter of her eyes, her smile. I can already see that it's not going to work for her. Then I will envision her in something that perhaps Christian Dior made in the 1920s, or something that's born out of the Chanel vault, or Yves Saint Laurent, or many of the other great designers, Monique Lhuillier, Vera Wang, even Filipino designers such as Albert Andrada. Those are the things that inspire me to design for these clients. But first and foremost, it's really observing them, their movements, their little laughs, their little quirks when you're talking to them, and that's where I build the design talaga. Like I said, I understand they have this dream already. Just like any other little girl, perhaps.
It's the ano eh.
Nandun na eh. You have
It's
your
the
little
fairy tale,
the fairy
diba?
tale.
We grew up.
I wanted the ball gown. I
Yeah.
wanted the ganito. But then when you see her, it's not her personality at all. So I base my designs really on what I see in front of me. I do not base it on what is being told by society. That your bride for 2024 should have XXXXX. No. To me, it's, I'm talking to you, I'm seeing you, I'm hearing you. Let me make you even more beautiful than you already are by creating a piece that is really yours. So, yeah, I don't follow trends. The most is colors. Colors lang po talaga. I really, really don't like being boxed in. So I guess that's also part and parcel of why I wanted to be a designer and not someone who's working in an office.
So you
day in
can
and day out.
have your
I can have that freedom to
and
voice
define your
out.
identity.
Yes. And that's what I want for my clients as well. So, yeah.
Sige, para ano lang. I mean, we've spent, sabi nga ng Hello Forever Studio, 30 minutes na tayo to the interview. Based on our conversation, ayan, di ba? Para makita natin paano ina-assess.
Opo.
If you were to design a gown for me,
Yes.
a dress for me, very briefly, how would it somehow look like?
How would it look like? Wow, okay. I would envision you in a very classic boat neck to enhance your beautiful neckline. An A-line silhouette to elongate you. And of course, we will do our signature artistic beadworks or artwork such as this beautiful piece here, or even put a bold artwork on your garment. I know it's daunting. It feels daunting. A lot of people will say, Jess, hindi ko yan kaya. It's too loud. It's too out there. But I kid you not. I have clients.
But you see me in something like that.
This because you have that personality. You have that artistry in you that wants to come out. And it has to be blue. Because blue will work beautifully on you. Any shade of blue would work beautifully on you.
Kinilabutan ako because, yeah, it's either I wear dark colors, but it's either black or blue.
Yes. I would put you in the boat neck because I can feel like you want to show off skin, but you also want to remain conservative. And by having that beautiful neckline, it's just showing you enough skin to make people wonder what else is there. So that's how I do it. I would see sometimes people come in and out of my atelier and say, "Oh, I want the low cut, ganyan." But then when I see her, no, your personality is not like that. I can see
parang
that
hindi mo carry.
Hindi mo carry. So I would be transparent about it. And true enough, sometimes they will really insist, no, give me the low cut. I was like, okay, tita, let's go with the low cut. But I have one piece on standby. So that when she's wearing her low cut request, you can see it already in her face. Parang may mali. Sabi ko, tita, can I try something? Try mo lang to. Suotin mo lang to. This is like a sample piece lang namin for another client. Pero kakasya sa'yo. Little does she know that's actually hers as well. When she wears it,
mas happy siya. No, mas comfortable. So that leads me to my next question. So what is your advice to the bride-to-be out there who are, dreaming of the perfect wedding gown? If you were to give parang a single advice to them sa journey nila on becoming a bride and when it comes to choosing their bridal gown, what would that be?
Do not conform to trends. Do not conform to what people are expecting of you in terms of your garment or in terms of your gown. Because at the end of the day, ikaw yung susuot nun, not them. So do not listen to what they are saying. Of course, I understand in certain cultures, diba, yung dapat covered.
Yeah.
It cannot be too showy. That we respect,
Yes.
of course. But in terms of what it should look like, how big, how small, what color you want it to be, do not conform. The only place that you will conform to is your heart and what your heart wants to wear and what you dream or what you envision yourself to be wearing. Yes, we can follow trends. Just like for 2025, we are seeing trends, na babalik na yung mga malalaking bows. We're going for more grandeur. But at the same time, there's also that idea of recycling and,
because
zero waste.
Yeah, we have a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yung mga
sustainable garments and that option. So,
and we have couples who are really advocates of that, diba?
Exactly.
Sustainability.
So, we also try to provide that. For example, this wedding gown behind you, it's more for like a beach wedding. But if in all honesty, it can be for any occasion afterwards because it's a crop top.
You can mix and match.
You can mix and match. So
and reuse it.
That's also something that we have in mind for our brides down the road. Parang if I see that this is a sustainable bride, meaning they don't just want to wear their gown once.
Yeah.
That clicks into my head. Okay, maybe we can do separates for her. So that, after their first year of marriage, they want to have, let's say, a 1-year anniversary. she can wear the top with
Yeah,
a pair of jeans.
or when they have a kid someday.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
So
can
pwedeng
still, again, classic, timeless,
Yeah.
kasi we didn't follow trends.
so the top pwedeng gamitin sa christening,
Yes,
diba?
pwede po.
Ganyan.
Mm-mm.
How do you balance yung comfort tsaka yung look of the gown? Kasi may ibang, 'di ba? Parang beauty first before
Yeah.
before
For
comfort.
us, it's really, I'm very meticulous when it comes to comfort of my brides or of my clients. The first thing I ask them always is, what's the venue? If I learn that your venue is in the garden of whatever place, your hemline goes up 2 inches. I know during the fitting, it's hardwood floors.
Yes.
People will say, bitin, Jess.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
Sabi ko, no. Garden ka, lulubog ka, good 2 inches. So, fitting pa lang, we take that into consideration. You tell me you're going into, let's say, Manila Pen or Shang, and it's carpeted. Again, your hemline, we adjust it. If you are a bride that likes to be really comfortable but you want volume, we find ways to make your garment voluminous without making it heavy. So for us, it's always a balancing act of making sure that the fit, the comfort is there, and then after that, the style is what follows na talaga. That's why I pride myself in that aspect, that I'm very hands-on with the company or the brand, that I'm still the one making the patterns, I'm still the one attending fittings, and when I see something's wrong, or I can see it in the bride's face that they're not happy, automatic yun, ulit. Let's regroup and let's make sure that the bride is happy. So that's really part and parcel of what we do in the company.
So mukhang ang daming ilulook forward to na mga brides-to-be natin when they meet you at the 43rd Wedding Expo Philippines. So if you'd like to meet Jezelle up close and personal and gusto niyong ma-assess niya kayo, please make sure that you come early. I'm sure after seeing this, or even without seeing this, and they would see your work in any social media, they'd probably like to know how they can get in touch with you. Can they just walk in here, or
what they can do is that you can message us on our social media platforms. So that's on Instagram, we are at Jezelle_Hautea Amorado. For Facebook, it's also the same. It's just the company's name, Jezelle Hautea Amorado. And I'll let you guys in on a little secret. If somebody answers you on any platform, it's pretty much me. I still answer personally the inquiries, because I believe that, my clients should have the first-hand experience of
ang
their
galing
designer.
naman yan. Nagpa-pattern making, nagtatahe.
Yes.
Ikaw pa rin.
Ako pa rin po.
Ikaw pa rin ang
Ako
social
pa rin.
media manager. Ang galing
po.
naman.
Kasi
Ang galing.
I really have that belief system that clients come to a designer not just for the garment. They come for the person making it. So, to me, the interaction I have with clients is the very, very first priority of the brand.
So you believe in relationship
Yes.
building as well.
I really, really believe in that. I am the type of designer na kung pwedeng ako ang makikita nyo sa araw-araw na mag-fitting kayo.
And on the wedding day.
And on the wedding day, ako ang pupunta. Because to me, every client that walks into my studio is not a client. They're family already. So you let me into your story, you let me into your life, and I would like to respect that by giving you my undivided attention and presence.
Wow. Alam mo, I noticed that you are very consistent from the start of this interview. It's really about love, loyalty, and family,
Yes.
no? And that's your closing statement.
Yes.
So talagang sabi ko, very consistent and very deep yung foundation mo when it comes to fostering relationships.
I have my parents to thank for that, and Sir Albert. These 3 people, my mom, my dad, and Sir Albert, they are the 3 people in my life that, constantly remind me to remain humble, to build relationships, and mutual respect is earned and given. So that's why, to me, any person that I come into contact with, they will get the real me, and not just, a designer ako.
Ayan.
Then tomorrow, hindi na tayo magkikita. To me, you will have me from the very start to the very end.
Congratulations. Sa
Thank you.
parents ni Jezelle, you've raised a wonderful woman.
Thank you.
Ayan. Ito naman, I want to share a wonderful news.
Yes.
That you have something for our
Yes.
brides-to-be
Yes.
when they go to wedding. Ikaw na mag-share.
Okay, so for the themes and motives bridal expo this year, Jezelle Hautea Amorado is actually providing 10,000 gift certificates that can be used for your orders in our atelier. So that can be used for a cocktail dress, jacket, gown, you name it, we'll produce it for you. And on the expo itself, we'll be providing, or we will be raffling out a custom exclusive bridal robe that we don't normally give out. It's usually priced at about 15,000 pesos, but we're giving it exclusively to our themes and motives brides. So I hope to see you there, and yeah, grab your chance to grab these like exclusive offers at the expo.
And thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much,
spending
Jen
time.
Ro.
I'm sure magkukwentuhan tayo once the camera is
Yes.
off. So please do drop by Jezelle's booth at the Wedding Expo Philippines, and don't miss out on all her promos. We will be posting on our social media on how you can win this fabulous item. So guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Themes and Motives TV, and be sure to catch our next episode. So please take care, and we'll see you at Wedding Expo Philippines.
See you.
See you.